we need to talk about all the big shots that I mean, I guess they think they're big shots that are leaving Twitter. One of them is Joy Reid. And so
Oh.
she released a video about her, and she legit did delete her account. So, which is not the same as another person that we'll get to in a minute. But here's Joy's rationale for getting off of Twitter.
Hey guys, so today I finally did something I've been meaning to do for a while. And the reason for doing it, and kissing goodbye my 1.9 million followers over there, is because I hadn't been posting for a long time. I just didn't want to contribute content once it was purchased by its present owner. But just having it there, I was only holding on to it because I, really didn't want someone trying to take over that name and using it for nefarious purposes. So I was a little bit worried about that. And also every so often I would use it to just sort of look at news that was trending and what's happening. And I would just sort of use it as an aggregator. But I just realized that's not really worth it, because in order to do the news aggregation and just look at all, you have to wade through a lot of dreck and a lot of just abuse and a lot of just negativity. And it's just not worth it.
Right. Okay. So where did that video come out? Where is the video? If she made a video about quitting X, where did she put the video? I'm just curious.
That is a great question.
Yeah. Did she put the video on X? Because I feel like that's where you got it.
I got it from there, but she probably put it on that new Blue Sky, or I don't know how new it is, but Blue Sky, which, by the way, I created an account for us over on Blue Sky just to see what's over there. And I think Jack Dorsey created it. And so it looks exactly like Twitter. But it's literally left Twitter. There are no, there are no normal people over there.
Jack Dorsey, man, what are you doing?
I don't know, man.
He's I'm going to sell it. I'm going to go sit on my moss and, pray to whatever God I'm praying to, and then sell it to Elon. And then I'm going to go start a whole other one that's exactly the same thing, but just liberal.
I don't get it either.
What are you doing?
Maybe that's where she posted it and then people grabbed it and put it on Twitter, I guess. Yeah. I don't know. But that is in stark contrast to Don Lemon, who, of course, I'm named after today, who not only posted on Twitter that he was leaving Twitter, but then he kept posting after leaving Twitter. So here's the original video that he put out explaining why he's leaving.
Everyone, I have loved connecting with all of you on Twitter and then on X for all of these years. But it's time for me to leave the platform.
Bye.
I once believed that it was a place for honest debate and discussion, transparency and free speech.
It is.
But I now feel it does not serve that purpose. In addition, starting this Friday, November 15th, X is implementing new terms of service, which, among other things, states that, quote, all disputes be brought exclusively in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Texas or state courts located in Tarrant County, Texas, end quote. The full terms of service can be found on my written statement or on the X website. Now, as the Washington Post recently reported on X's decision to change the terms, this, quote, ensures that such lawsuits will be heard in courthouses that are a hub for conservatives, which experts say could make it easier for X to shield itself from litigation and punish critics. I think that speaks for itself. You can find me on YouTube at The Don Lemon Show, or on TikTok and Facebook at Don Lemon, and on Instagram and Blue Sky at Don Lemon Official. I hope you will join me there. Thanks.
You know what? I don't know if I believe it.
Well, his account is still there. You can absolutely still see it. He has not deleted it.
That's the thing. It's I think he just needs to shut up. He'll be back in a month. That's how I feel about it. Because you guys have friends like that on Facebook, liberal friends. I mean, I do. I have one in particular that I make fun of with other friends of mine. We make fun of behind, if you're listening, because he probably obsessively watches our show. I make fun of you all the time, dude. But I'm talking about, Mock. But this guy, he crap posts every day, liberal crap every day on his personal page. And then when Trump won, he's like, I'm going to have to leave, you guys. I'm going to have to leave. And 2 hours later, he was back. And we were like, I thought you were going to leave, dude. I mean, this is what they do. So I don't trust.
Oh my God.
Because these people have this need to they have to be seen and heard in all the places. I mean,
Mhm.
Don Lemon is he's an attention whore. He has to
Oh
be
my
seen.
God.
He has to. He's not going to leave Twitter. I don't think he's going to.
Well, just a few hours later, he posted basically the same thing, only on letterhead. You guys,
Okay. It's official.
what in the
So
world?
official.
So this was a few hours after he already posted the video. Then he posts a whole ass letter that has his watermark on it, his picture, his signature, and everybody was like, "Are you sending this to family? Like,
And
what
like,
what are you even doing with this
I
letter?"
love the bottom of it with this picture and the microphone. And then oh my God, dude, stop.
And then a few hours later, he posted again saying, "Hey, come follow me over on Blue Sky."
I mean, I thought you were leaving. We thought you were leaving. So go.
Just go already. And then, as you heard in the video, he said the primary reason was because the terms of service are changing. And now if you have beef with Twitter, you take it to court in Texas. That was the reason, the main
County,
reason.
which Tarrant County is conservative there.
Right. But that's the main reason that he gave for leaving Twitter. But he has no problem with the fact that Meta does the exact same thing, only it requires you to be in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of California.
Oh.
So why is that okay?
Because
it's not okay for Twitter.
Because he's a hypocrite. All these people are hypocrites because they're not mad about X being they're really not mad about the abuse and all this stuff. They're just mad because free speech is actually exercised out there.
Right.
They don't like free speech. They want us to go away. They only want one side of you, and that's their side of you. And if you don't agree with them, they want you to go away. They want to destroy you. They want to cancel you. They want to squelch you. That's what they want. They are anti-American. They are.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I just could not believe that. So ridiculous.
Yeah.
So then, if you guys follow Katie Hopkins, who is a Brit, who's absolutely hilarious, very, very pro-America, and she released a video because it wasn't just Joy Reid and it wasn't just Don Lemon. It was also the whole ass publication of The Guardian, the UK news brand, The Guardian. They also decided to leave Twitter. Mm-hmm. And so Katie Hopkins weighed in on that and also a few other hot ticket news stories. And I had to leave all of the news stories in because she's just so funny in her delivery. So here's Katie Hopkins on The Guardian leaving Twitter and a couple other things too. I love her.
News here in batshit bonkers Britain, where The Guardian says it's quitting Twitter. Oh my lord. But like all major twat spangles on social media, they had to go back to Twitter to tell Twitter that they were quitting Twitter, just so that Twitter knew that they were definitely quitting. Right. You know, they had no problem at all with the platform when it was censoring alternative viewpoints like mine or President Trump's. But now it's run by a free speech absolutist. Suddenly they've got an issue with it. Somewhere in their tiny brains, it makes sense for a newspaper not to be on the #1 news platform globally. But then in their heads, they also think a man can pretend to be a woman. So, you know, there is that. In other news, the Labour government in Wales want to ban dogs from the countryside.
Oh my God.
Because evidently dogs are racist. I mean, particularly white male dogs, obviously. It's said that local communities and recent arrivals, particularly I'm assuming Welsh Christians, aren't that keen on dogs everywhere. And you know, some places in London now, Tower Hamlets and Bethnal Green, you can barely find a place for your dog to take a shit, which is odd because some of these new local communities don't mind shitting in the streets themselves. And finally, Trump has the trifecta. He has the House, he has the Senate, he has the White House, he has the Supreme Court, he has Tulsi Gabbard heading up intelligence, he has Elon heading up efficiency, and he's bringing in a real tough guy for the border. Things don't get much better than this. Keep smiling, my darlings. It really annoys the miserable bastards. That's it. That shit bonkers Britain.
I love her. God, I love her so much.